11 plus powerful lessons from the book, Why Smart People Can Be So Stupid. Number 1. Stupidity here does not refer to mental retardation, learning disability, or any of the usual labels assigned to people who perform poorly on one or another conventional test. Many of these people function well in their everyday lives. Rather, the focus here is on those who demonstrate the kind of stupidity that can take one's breath away. But stupidity in the conventional sense is almost never the kind that destroys people's lives or the lives of those around them. Number 2. Why Smart People Can Be So Stupid assumes that smart people at least sometimes do stupid things. In addition, the title implies that such stupid behavior needs explaining. The first challenge to anyone who tries to provide an explanation is that the title is phrased in terms from the common vernacular. The keywords smart and stupid belong to folk psychology. As such, their meanings are vague, ambiguous, and shift with person and context. The term smart can be equated with the psychological concept of intelligence. This, in fact, is what the contributors to this volume seem to have done. Indeed, this may be the one matter upon which all these authors are in agreement. Unfortunately, the term stupid seems to have no obvious technical counterpart in psychological theory. One consequence is that the authors differ greatly on how they treat this concept. The title makes it clear that smartness is a property of people. It is an enduring property of a person. A person who is smart today is expected to be smart tomorrow and into the foreseeable future. Of course, at least some of the authors make it clear that they do not consider intelligence to be fixed. People can, with effort and proper instruction, improve their intelligence. However, quick changes and major fluctuations in intelligence are rare. Stupidity, on the other hand, can be a property of an act, behavior, state, or person. We might believe that the act of smoking is stupid, regardless of the intent, motivations, and construals of the people doing the smoking. Although I believe that many people apply the label of stupid to acts in Ray Hyman this way, I suspect that none of the contributors to this book consider this usage. The hint of a paradox in this book's title resides in the possibility that stupid is being used as a property of a person. Because, with one exception, all the authors treat stupid as the opposite of smart. Handling both these terms as properties of the person implies that the same person is both smart and stupid at the same time. So, at first blush, the title seems to pose a paradox. This, in turn, suggests a puzzle to be solved. Number 3. Many acts of stupidity or seeming stupidity result from mindlessness. While this seems trivially obvious, we have to be careful about how we explicate this principle. One could argue that it would be stupid to try to be mindful about every situation that we confront. Intelligence and/or wisdom might consist in knowing what to be mindful about and when to delegate processing to mindlessness. Many otherwise smart people today find correlations between what alleged psychics say and the events in their lives. They believe these correlations are real despite the fact that the best psychological research consistently finds no validity to what the alleged psychics say. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, you probably will not see us again. If you have, congratulations, you are growing every day. Number 4. Strictly speaking, performance on an intellectual task. Any task simply measures your performance on that task. The particular skills you brought to bear on those questions or problems at that point in time, it might reflect your actual skill level at that time, but it may have nothing to do with your broader intellectual abilities, and it may have even less to do with your intellectual potential, your ability to expand your skills in the future. It certainly has little to do with your worth as a person. Yet people who believe in fixed intelligence tend to invest many intellectual tasks with the power to tell them about not only their current skills, but also their global intelligence, their future intelligence, and their overall worth. Number 5. One of the dumbest things people with a fixed view of intelligence do is to sacrifice important learning opportunities when those opportunities contain a risk of revealing ignorance or making errors. Of course, the very idea of learning implies that there is something you don't already know. Yet people who hold the fixed view of intelligence feel they cannot afford to reveal their ignorance and make errors because, as we saw, this can call their intelligence and even their worth into question. Indeed, we have often asked students to tell us when it is that they feel smart, while people with the malleable view say they feel smart when they are striving to learn or understand something new. People with the fixed view say they feel smart when they are doing something they're already good at, and doing it better than others. Number 6. Many people who hold the fixed view of intelligence hold yet another belief that makes them do dumb things. It is the belief that if you're truly intelligent, you don't need effort, or that if you need effort, you're not intelligent. Specifically, people who hold a fixed theory of their intelligence agree more with statements like these. If you're really smart at something, you shouldn't have to work hard at it. Things come easily to people who are true geniuses. They also agree that if you have to work hard at something, you're probably not very good at it. Number 7. Indeed, the belief that effort is not necessary for smart people and that needing effort is a sign of incompetence will lead to a host of self-defeating behavior. First, it means that when confronted with a challenge that requires their effort, people who believe in fixed intelligence will start to worry about their intelligence. Just when they need all their resources to figure out how to solve the problem, they will be distracted by concerns about their adequacy. Second, they may well do something defensive. And unfortunately, many defensive things they might do to save face are things that are likely to compromise their performance. For example, they might decide to slacken or withhold their effort, perhaps pretending not to care. While this choice may prevent a true assessment of their ability, since after all, you can't judge the intelligence of someone who didn't really try, it may doom their performance. This phenomenon is called self-handicapping, and it is the tendency to do things that will prevent you from looking like you have low ability, even if these are things that jeopardize your performance. When people self-handicap, it means that they care more about looking smart or avoiding looking dumb than about accomplishing something. The more important this something really is, the more we can say that this tendency is truly self-defeating. Number 8. Book smarts versus street smarts. In the workplace, Neisser was one of the first modern psychologists to highlight the distinction between academic intelligence types of tasks found in the classroom and on IQ tests, and the more practical tasks found in the everyday world. Problems found in the classroom as well as on IQ tests tend to 1. Be well defined, 2. Be formulated by others, 3. Come with all information required for problem solution, 4. Have one correct answer, 5. Have one or at most several methods for obtaining the correct answer, and 6. Be unrelated to everyday experience. In contrast, the more practical problems of everyday life, including many of the problems encountered in diverse careers, often are 1. Ill-defined, 2. Formulated by the problem solver, 3. Missing information essential to solution, 4. Characterized by having multiple solutions, each associated with liabilities and assets, 5. Characterized by having multiple methods of obtaining each solution, and 6. Related to everyday experience. Number 9. Procrastination involves active avoidance of study, of breaking up a relationship, or of having a medical symptom checked. Like neglect, procrastination involves not getting to something. Unlike neglect, procrastination entails not simply ignoring but actively avoiding the matter in question. Accordingly, procrastination depends on a suppressed buildup of drivers. For instance, one rationalizes a medical symptom, saying, "It's probably just a cold. I'll go to the clinic the week after next if it doesn't go." Vacillation involves dithering to excess over a decision to invest or not, marry someone or not, buy that car or not, take that stance or not. Sometimes you're feeling yes, sometimes you're feeling no, but you can't seem to settle for long on one path. Vacillation can involve overtly changing paths. For instance, rearranging the living room furniture endlessly to try to hit on the right configuration. Or it can involve decisions made mentally but not yet acted upon. Number 10. It is not surprising when someone we believe to be stupid does stupid things But how can we explain the same actions when they are committed by someone we believe to be intelligent? In general, we recognize people as intelligent if they have some combination of these achievements. 1. Good grades in school. 2. A high level of education. 3. A responsible, complex job. Or 4. Some other recognition of being intelligent, such as winning prestigious awards or earning a large salary. Other common indicators of high intelligence include 5. The ability to read complex text with good comprehension, or 6. Solve difficult and novel problems. Despite the fact that many psychologists spend their professional lives designing and interpreting measures of intelligence that can be used to classify people along an intelligence dimension, these tests are meaningless to the general public, which generally distrusts intelligence tests and has little understanding of them. Individuals who take intelligence tests receive an IQ score. IQ stands for Intelligence Quotient, a term that was derived from the original method for computing these scores. High IQ scores, without any of the other indicators of intelligence, do not confer an advantage in real life. Low IQ scores for individuals who have achieved these ecologically valid markers of intelligence for Western industrialized societies can only be used as evidence that these tests are flawed because they fail to identify individuals who perform intelligently in American society. Number 11. When smart people think or feel they have done something stupid. That is, they have unwillingly migrated, at least temporarily, from one category to another. They deal with their feelings of stupidity in different ways. Some try to hide areas of ignorance and difficulties in learning. Some try to devalue certain kinds of knowledge they cannot master. Some demonstrate defensive pessimism by trying to defend themselves in advance, announcing after the failure that they had anticipated it. Some try to play the fool, limiting themselves publicly to a very narrow domain of knowledge. Whatever people choose to do, the purpose of their behavior is to conceal their inability to learn and to avoid experiencing the sense of humiliation that often accompanies this lack of ability. In short, most often people do not like to show their limitations or their fear of having them. 12. Personality traits can be defined as persistent dispositional discrepancies between individuals. They refer to those parts of our mental styles unrelated to intellectual abilities. Modern personality research often adopts a dimensional view. This is based on the observation that, among those people who have undergone personality testing, most score in the medium-level range, with a few people at the extremes. This view replaces the older idea of personality types, based on the idea that, for example, everyone can be classified as either an extrovert or an introvert. Astrology is a non-scientific type theory of personality because it separates people into 12 pigeonholes. There is little evidence to support type theories of personality. As an analogy, consider height in human adults. Most people have heights close to the average for the population, with very few being much taller or shorter than average. If we think of rulers to measure personality differences, how many do we need? Many researchers now think that a relatively small number of measures, usually called traits or dimensions, are just about equals-cient to describe important personality differences among individuals. There is still some disagreement about the actual number. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, you probably will not see us again. If you have, congratulations, you are growing every day.